Alright guys, you are welcome once again, and in this video I will be talking about one of the things we mentioned in our last video. And in this video I'll be talking about what we call the files. I'll be taking you through the files, the file aspect of the cPanel. I already told you what the cPanel comprises of, and in this video I'll be talking about the file. So most importantly, I'll be talking about what we call the file manager. As you can see on screen, I'm currently logged in into my cPanel, and here we'll be going to what we call the file manager. So when you click on the file manager, you'll be having some kind of interface. So I'll be introducing us to what the file manager is all about. Now, I'll be using something that we are familiar with. For as many of us that are using Android powered phone, Android operating system phone, will be familiar with the word file manager. It's not really new to us. File manager is just a kind of manager. It's just a kind of plugin, or let me say, it's just a kind of I'm looking for the best word to use. You know, when you go to your Play Store and you download the file manager, it's more or less like an application that helps you to manage all the files you have in your phone. So the file manager on the cPanel is more or less like a software, or let me say an application integrated to your cPanel to help you manage all your website files, be it video, be it audios, be it text, code, plugins, themes. Like we are already aware of that we'll be using plugins and themes, most especially when we are using WordPress as our content management system. So what we have in the file manager is all the contents of your file, what makes up your file, your website rather, what makes up your website. So any website you see out there has been stored somewhere. All the information you are calling forth on any website has been stored somewhere. So if anybody wants to see probably your personal picture, now the person will need to come into your file manager before they can see your picture, or else you have to share that picture with them. That's why even alongside with your file manager, you need what we call the probably other apps, like you need the Bluetooth, or you need a sender or a share it app to send it to them, so as for them to have access to it. But no one can have access to what you have on your phone, or else to share with them. And that is the same thing applicable to web design. Everything you see on the internet, everything you see on any website has been stored. So this file manager is more or less like the hub of your hosting. Is the hub of your hosting package, is the one that manages, that controls, is the hub of the cPanel. Even let me say that is the one that controls every content, every files you have on your website, So like you can see here on screen, we have a lot of things on the file manager. We have the PHP, that's the language. You have the stock loss backup. You have the SSL. This is my security. We have Bean and the likes. I will not really be introducing us to most of these things. The only one that is mostly important to you is this that you see here. This public HTML. So what I want to do now is to click on this, and it will redirect me to all the files, because it is under this public HTML. Everything I have on my internet lies. So you see, these are folders. Like you have a lot of folders in your file manager, and these are folders that contain everything that makes up my internet. These are folders that contains it. So let me go to if you now on this website, on this hosting package, I have a lot of websites that I've designed on it. That's why you're seeing different folders here. But for your own, when you are just logging into yours and you're just clicking on this public HTML, you may not have all of these folders that you're seeing here, but you will be having three things that I'm very sure of. Three folders that I'm very, very sure of. This WP admin, WP content, and WP includes. These things are very, very important. You must certainly have it, and you have all of other files that are not in this folder. All these files that you have seen here that are not in this folder, customized to your website. But three things I'm very certain of that you definitely have, alongside with some other things, is and what you should check out for is this WP admin, WP content, and WP include. Now, the one that we are going to be checking through and I'm going to be introducing us to is what I call the WP content. So under the WP content, that is where you manage your plugins, you manage your themes, you manage your cache, you manage your uploads, your files, your medias, and the like. So under this place now, this is where you have all your plugins. You have all your plugins. You see some plugins that are used. You see some plugins that are used. You see it. You see the Astra. You have Astra templates. You see the Elementor Pro that I told you initially. The Fusion Builder. Header and footer, layer and slider, SEO. Tribe Visual. That's the Tribe Architect and the like. So that's that about that. And also when you come to this place and you want to navigate, as we move on in our training, you'll be seeing how you can get some of these things done. You see how you can get some of these things done. So I want to go back. So I'm going to click on this up one level. So now that's plugin. Then you can easily see your themes as well. What are the themes you're using? And you won't get to understand most of these things when we start installing some of these themes and plugins and the like. You see the Avada theme, the DB theme, and some other themes. So on this specific website here, which is my main website, I have Avada theme installed and I have Divid theme installed. I have Avada theme and Divid theme installed. All these ones are default themes. All these ones are default themes that will definitely come with the website. We have the 2019, we have the 2020 and 2021 theme and the like. So that is that about that when it comes to File Manager. That's one thing I want you to know about File Manager. So we have the uploads and the likes. This is where you have your media, a lot of things, the things you've uploaded before and the like. So you don't really have anything to do with all of this. The major thing is that you have to come to this public HTML and we want to come to this WP content. This is the major thing you need. If there is a need for you to know any other thing, as we move on in the training, I'll let you know. I'll definitely let you know if there is a need for it to know. So when you click on public HTML and you come to WP content, that WP simply means WordPress. So WP content, that is the content folder of your website, and these are the two major things you are dealing with here. So the plugins and the theme. I told you that we'll be using plugins and we'll be using themes. These are the things that makes your website possible, that makes it visible for you to have a professionally built and responsive website being live on the internet. So these are the two major things that makes up your website, your plugins and your theme. So before I run this section up, let me quickly introduce us to what WordPress plugins are. WordPress plugins are tools, or let me say, and they are applications, or they are, let me use the word applications, that add special functionalities. Let me even show you. They add special functionality. They add special functionality to your website. They add special functionality to your website. Plugins. They add special functionality to your website. Now, the thing is, for you to know the type of plugin you want to use or the type of theme you want to use, like I said in the previous video, in the previous training, that I made you realize that the theme you'll be using or the plugin you'll be using is dependent on what you want to do on your website. Let's say, for instance, now you want to build a blog website. The kind of theme you'll be using and the kind of plugin you'll be using will be different from the kind of theme and the plugin you'll be using if you want to build a digital agency website. It will be different from the kind of theme and the plugin you'll be using if you want to build like a LMS website. What I mean by LMS is learning management system. That is like a university website, like all these online websites like Udemy and the likes. And it's still the same. It's different from the kind of plugin you use when you want to build a kind of listing website. It is like apartment listing, job listing, and the likes. It's still different. It is different. The kind of plugin you use when you're building an hospital website is different from the kind of plugin and theme you use when you're building a kind of real estate website, or you're building a kind of apartment website. Is different from the kind of plugin and theme you use when you're building a church website, because the thing is, all of these different type of websites have their own special functionalities. If you're building a church website, you know that if you're building a church website, one of the features of a church website is live streaming. Another feature of a church website is the ability for our visitors of that website to be able to make payment, probably their tithe, their Thanksgiving, offerings, project money, and the likes. Another feature of such a website is, image sliding and the likes. Another feature of such a website is, calendars, where you want to create a calendar of activity of what the church will be having in a month, in a year, and the like. You now see that each website are having their different functionalities. Now, for you to integrate the possibility of these functionalities effectively on any website, then you now have to sit down and determine what plugins can help me add this feature, and that is what plugins are all about. Plugins add a special functionalities to your website. Okay, you're building an e-commerce website. An e-commerce website is a kind of website whereby you have to list different kind of products with their feature, their feature image, their description, and they can easily add it to cart. They can easily remove it from cart, and you also want your customer to be able to make payment, and also you want to integrate the possibility of picking a shipping category, a kind of shipping option. If your customer wants it to be shipped to Nigeria, to be shipped to Uganda, to be shipped to a part of Nigeria and the likes, we want the shipping, we want there to be a kind of shipping classification. There are plugins that makes these things possible. So the plugin you'll be using for an e-commerce website is different from the plugin you'll be using for an hospital website. So that is what a plugin is all about. Plugin takes our website to the next level. It takes your website to the next level. It takes your website to the next level. It adds special features to your website. It adds special features to your website. It adds special features to your website. Now, what do we mean by WordPress, themes? Now, a theme is more or less like a blueprint, a kind of wireframe, a kind of pattern, a kind of description of how your website will look like. In short, what theme does on your website is just to add beauty, aesthetics to your website. It reveals how beautiful your website will look like, how creative your website will look like. So the way you want your website to look like will determine the kind of theme you'll be using, the selection of theme you'll be using. And in view of that, I already showed us some of the themes we'll be using in the course of this training. And if you still want to get more themes, probably the ones we'll not be touching in this training, you can easily go to elegantthemes.com. So you see it here. So this elegantthemes.com is for DV specifically, but you can still go to teamforest.com, teamforest.net. So here you have a lot, thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of different themes that you can use, thousands and thousands of different themes that you can use. So what we want to do is to come over here. You see, these are templates and these are different things you can use. I'm coming. So I'm coming. So let's see what we are capable of doing. So now we are currently at teamforest.net. So you see under WordPress here. Now you see different type of themes. You see the categories here. You have the categories. We have the WordPress categories. So if you want to create a kind of corporate website, you want to create a kind of creative website, blog or magazine, e-commerce, retail, entertainment, technology, non-profit, that's NGO website, educational website, real estate, and the like. So now let's see what we have. Here. You see, this different. Now, let's say you want to create a photography website now, and you need a theme to use. I talked about Avada the other time. This is Avada theme. You see, this is just $60. So if you're gonna be using that, you're just gonna be buying it for just 60. So let's say I'm a client and I approach you and I tell you that okay, I wanted to build a kind of a photography website for me. I'm a photographer and I want a website. I want to be running traffic into my website. I want to get an online presence. Can you be the what's it called? A photography website for me? Yes. He said, yes, I can. I can. I can. And you'll be like, okay, no problem. So I'll come. Now I'm trying to show us the procedure to knowing how to charge our clients, though we'll be talking about that later in the training. So all you want to do is just to come to this place and come and search for photography team. Photo photography photography team. You see a lot of teams. Awesome, awesome. Can you see this? Now, these teams is showing you how your website can look like, the possibility, the kind of website you can have. Now, you see, we having Amoli, we have, king size, we have objective. Okay, let's look for one. Let's look for one that is awesome. Let's look for one. So you want to browse through and also check through. I will show you some things you can do to ascertain that okay, a team is very good. Like this now, the team is being sold for $69, and currently the team is having 22 sales. So people are not really buying this team. That simply means that team may not really be, may not really be good. Now let's check this Solen team. Solen team is also $69 and is having 4.5 rating, and is having 4.5 rating and 20 positive reviews. And you see, this team has sold roughly 1,600, has made roughly 1,600 sales. That simply means a lot of people have been able to use this team to build a photography website for a lot of people. As in, a lot of web developer or web designer has taken on this team, this specific team that you are seeing, to build a photography website for people. That simply means that team must have been so awesome. So what you want to do is to come and check that what makes that team very unique. So you click on it. I'm opening it in a new tab, and let's see. You see, this is the team. Wow, this is awesome. So you have quality checked by these 6 features, 6 months. So this is the price of the team, $69. So let's preview the team. Let's see what the team is having in it, and let's see some of the features. You see, okay, high resolution, widget ready, compatible. Okay, last updated 1st of September. Awesome. Okay, it works on WordPress, Team Forest file included, and these are the things you can do with it. Now, these are the kind of website you can build with that thing. So let's see. We've opened this down somewhere. Wow, awesome. Is this cool? See something. What if you're the one that needed a photography website and your client gives you something like this? You see the gallery. So, meaning this is the gallery of the work done so far by the photographer. If you successfully build this website, the gallery section of it, you see, and this team is using Elementor. This Elementor is a plugin. I told you about it in the last video. This is the gallery section. This is the complete. I think this is the home. So let's see. Let's see what this home is all about. Let's see how the home page looks like. This is the horizontal gallery, and let's see the vertical gallery. This is the metro gallery, you see. This is cool, this is beautiful. Now, if you get this thing, I can bet you that in the next 15 to 20 to 30 minutes, you are done with a complete website. With respect to photography, website. You see, the split showcase. Now, this is a very beautiful website. This is a very beautiful theme for. No wonder people are going for it. You see that it is very, very slicky, neat, cool, and awesome. So let's check what that homepage looks like. You see what the homepage looks like? You see? Wow. Interesting. Which client will you give something like this and will not be happy? And the client doesn't want to know whether you took 27 days, 30 days, 6 months to finish this. And this is something you can finish in the next, let's say 30 minutes, 25 minutes, a complete website. You see it. You see the menu of the website. You see the header. You see how it's working. You see the home and you see the pages, the about me, the about us, the contacts, even having different kind of. So all you need to do is just to import the template. You see the portfolios, the standard, the gallery, the mastery, and the likes, the proving gallery, the blogs. It's even having a blog integration to it, the shop, the carts. Probably you want to sell some photos there. So this team can even harness you the opportunity to sell your photos. Is that cool? Now you now understand what a theme does to your website. So when you install this kind of theme on your website, that simply means you will be having this kind of website. You'll be having this kind of how will I put it now, blueprint on your website. This is the way your website will be looking. And that's why I'm saying that. That's why I said that theme gives aesthetic to your website, beautification to your website. Instead of you thinking of designing from scratch and having a kind of beauty concept for your website and the likes, you can easily leverage on the readily made themes for you to give your site a kind of a pattern, a structure. You see this now. So this website is having the first section, which is a slider. You see, having different picture. You see another one. So this is the first section, and we talked about the brand that is made to shine, love. Okay, love made to shine. This other one made with love made with love. You see that kind of thing? So that's the first section. The second section here is talking about the work done so far and the categories of work they are doing. You see, this first one is talking about interior blushing bride. The second one is talking about interior love shade. This third one is talking about the interior capture motion. That's the category of this brand. And the third one is talking about, okay, let me see what the third one. The third one is just a video section that shows probably a kind of slides all together in a video mode. Let's see what that is all about there. Let's see. Oh, you see, this is an integration, like a wedding shot and the likes. So if the client of the photographer wants to see that, okay, if the photographer is claiming that we can easily help you make a kind of video slide that will show all the pictures you snapped on your, on your wedding day, for you to see how it looks like, go to our website. And the person will come to this website and will see this. Isn't that cool? Isn't that cool? Without stressing yourself. That is what you can do. That is what you can do. So that's what the third section is all about. And the fourth section is about their portfolios, what they have done, and in the time past, probably the portfolio of their wedding caption, the portfolio of their naming caption, event caption, and you see the uniqueness of this website. And that is what you can do with a team. That's what you can do, portfolio variations and the likes. And that is that about us. So I'll be rounding up this training here now. See you in the next